What's going on, everybody? So I know it's been a minute. I kind of took a long break from making any kind of videos about like the 350Z I was doing. I did finish it and put a lot of time into it with that exhaust and just all the wrap and just a lot of dumb little things, but I planned on keeping the car and just using it as a track car for this summer coming up. And I don't know, plans changed. I'm always changing my mind about everything. I can't keep any of my toys for, I don't know, for more than a couple months at a time, it seems like. But so I finished that car up, which I do have some videos on it that I didn't get to post because, like I was saying before, GoPro was giving me a hell of a lot of problems trying to do edits. So I kind of just gave up on using my GoPro for now. And right now, currently, I'm just filming on my iPhone. But so I got a lot of videos on my GoPro right now that I just haven't uploaded to my PC, just simply because of edits. But those will be coming here sooner or later whenever I get off my lazy ass and finally do it. So my plans were that I really wasn't gonna race anymore this year. I was kind of just gonna focus on really just getting my shit together. I was trying to buy a house, sold my dirt bike, well, that YZ250FX that I had, sold it, sold the 350Z, got rid of my Silverado that I had just to get rid of that payment, because to me, the $600 a month payment on that truck just really wasn't worth it. I mean, there wasn't nothing special about the truck, but I did end up going and picking up a Tahoe down in Virginia Beach, just simply because I usually try and travel as south as possible. That way I'm not dealing with a bunch of rust issues on vehicles, because up here in Pennsylvania, man, it's just impossible to find anything that's older, at least, that isn't a complete rusted heap. So yeah, a lot of changes, but so the newest thing is that, well, what this video is really about is that I bought another bike. Like I said, my plans were that I really wasn't gonna race, and that YZ250FX that I had, it was a 2020, and initially when I first bought it, them bikes were having horrible issues with starting, and I couldn't get any of the dealerships to fix the issue for me for a while, at least. I think I put 60 hours on it, on the bike, with races and practice, which really isn't that much, but 60 hours on it, and it's just every race I would be sitting on a line, everyone would just, I mean, with hair scrambles, it's dead engine start. So I'd be sitting on a line and bike would just sit there, crank, 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 no start. Sometimes it would fire, sometimes it just wouldn't fire for 20 seconds. So it just left me on a line high and dry. And on top of that, I've always been a big two-stroke guy. Never really was big on the four-strokes, which once I started riding them, I really loved the planet feel that they give you. But with all the issues with starting and I don't know, just really vibrations. I have a lot of back issues, and my right shoulder's been pretty messed up for a while. And I cannot for the life of me get my hands to stop going numb while I'm riding. And I don't get arm pump. I never get arm pump, but it's just my hands specifically will go numb to the point that I can't feel anything. Can't use my brake, can't use my clutch. Hard to hold on, and it's just, I mean, it's dangerous for the most part. So ended up going and sold that 250FX, and I think it was 3 weeks later, all the racing started, and I kind of was just itching, wanting to race. And I was like, you know what? I mean, there's no point in really just getting rid of everything that I own and just not having any fun, which, yeah, I mean, focusing on my future in a house and for my son, it's a big thing. But at the same time, do I really want to be miserable sitting at home watching all these races and just really no means of having fun other than taking my son out and doing stuff at lake parks? And I also, another big thing that I really want in life is to raise my son in this industry. I mean, I want him to ride. Not saying he might hate it. I mean, I don't know, but I want to bring my son into it also. So with me without a bike, I mean, that's not going to achieve that goal whatsoever. But anyways, so I went to Bentley's, and ended up picking up a new Husky. So I bought tx300i 2-stroke TPI. And one of the biggest things, I've actually owned one of these. I owned a 17 when they first came out, before they had the TPI models. And it was a great bike. Always found traction everywhere. Clutch was great. Brakes were great. My biggest concern was the suspension on it. I've been a big Yamaha guy most of my life, so the Triple S suspension on it was always just exactly where I needed to be on them. I could ride them for the most part, factory suspension other than springs, and do pretty good on it and feel comfortable. And then valving it felt amazing. So that was the biggest thing for me with Yamahas, was always their suspension. But like I said, I broke down and just decided that I was going to go back to a Husky anyways. So I bought my tx300i, and I did so far. I bought it on a Saturday, one day before my local race in New East Coast Cross Country. They run High Point, and I bought it that Saturday before the race, put about an hour and a half on it to break it in a little bit. And then I decided I was going to race it on Sunday, which that really didn't end out all that well, because for one, I haven't rode a bike since, I believe, October of last year. So haven't been working out, haven't been riding, and my body just, it really wasn't ready for that race whatsoever, not even close. So with me barely even being able to hold on to the bike, I mean, first corner, I wiped out, thinking that, went in with a new bike, just trying to run as hard as I could. First corner in, front end washed out, basically scorpioned into, like face planted into the ground on the first corner. Got up, kept riding and racing. I just went down 3 or 4 times pretty hard, messed my shoulder up even more than it was, messed my wrist up. I did finish the race, and I can't really remember how I placed whatsoever. I don't know if it was like 13th overall or something like that, but I didn't do very good. So just the other weekend, I decided that I was going to race again, and after getting a little bit of practice time on it, and just seeing if I could, after adjustments on suspension, seeing how it would really do in stock form, which that also didn't end very well. I could never get a hang of these air suspension, and I really don't know where to set my air forks at, how much pressure I should be running. And I talked to my local suspension guy, Russ Williams over at DJS. We were bullshitting for a little bit, and he was telling me that on the older forks, the 19s, 20s, he was always running like 126-ish PSI on the forks, which seemed low to me, and he said that since these new adjustments were made in the forks, that I told him I was right around 130 pounds in the forks right now, and he said that should be about right, but pretty sure I ended up running this race with 133 in the forks, and I believe 12 clicks on a compression in the front, which they have these new collars on the forks now that let you, I don't know what my phone's doing right now, doing all kinds of crap. They let you slide them up so that you can see how far your bike's bottoming. And I was bottoming everywhere bad. I mean, every single deep rut that I hit into, the back didn't seem too crazy bad, but I think I'm pretty sure I have to go up a little bit in the rear spring. It's a little too soft. But the front, I mean, it was way, 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 way too soft, even at 133 PSI. So I don't know if it's the air forks I got to go up in, or if it's the compression, which I would think that only 11, 12 clicks out on a compression. I mean, I don't know if I need new, like, I don't know, it's air, so there's no springs. I mean, I don't know if I just got to go way up in the air or if I just have to keep going out on a compression, but it just, I mean, it was maxed completely out. And these are them collars, and I mean, they were slammed down in deep. I mean, it just wasn't, they just, like I said, back to the same issue with this bike. I can't get a hanging on forks. I don't know. I mean, then again, I only have 10 hours on the bike, so it's not like I really have any kind of R&D time on trying to get my forks set right. But just with this 10 hours, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I know a lot of companies now are doing triple S conversions on these, which is somewhere right around $1,000. So, you know, you spend $12,000 on a bike, and then you've got to go throw $1,000 just to get your forks done, plus whatever, you know, get the rear shock revalved. It's just a lot of money that I'm really not trying to spend right now. So that's just one thing I need to get at, is trying to get these front forks set right, because I don't know, it ain't gonna work like that. Same issues, same thing on my 17 that I had. Just I would come off of even on a hillside in a fast section, you know, fourth gear, to the point where it was bottoming so bad that my pegs were digging in the ground and almost literally ripping me off my bike. And this thing in this last race that I did, E-Rock Series in Ohio, it was doing the same exact thing. I mean, it was bottoming so bad that it threw me over the bars twice because it bottomed so hard. And a couple of times it dug my bike bad into the ground and ripped my feet off the pegs, which luckily I will still be able to hold on. But I mean, that's just, that just ain't good. Not when you're moving that fast. But yeah, I figured I'd just give everybody, which I ain't really got any followers, but a little update in the fact that I'm gonna try and get back on here and get these videos out there that I have already. And as far as my GoPro goes, I probably will start taking videos at work. I've been working with two of my best friends. They started their own business, Evans Brothers Services, and we've been doing a lot of like fabrication and welding. So I could have been making videos this whole time, but I kind of just, like I said, I just fell off. Just wasn't really in it. Just kind of fell off on these videos. Just almost basically just gave up on making any kind of videos. But now that racing season's starting again, and I'm not going to be racing this year like I have been, not, you know, every single weekend riding, trying to practice all week long. I don't have the time, or really I just don't even have the motivation to do it anymore. Maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't, I don't know. But as of right now, it's just, I'm gonna race when I feel like it, do the best that I can, and try and get the suspension dialed in, and just see how it really goes from there. So, but yeah, that's the new Husky. I don't even got graphics on it yet. Basically bone stock. I put the rear disc guard on there. Way I don't mangle it, because I have bad tendencies of mangling rear rotors, and skid plate, a Cherubi's front disc guard, and really, I mean, that was it. Just a couple guards so that I don't smash my case up or smash my rotors up. And but yeah, let you guys check out my Tahoe. It's pretty clean, rust free, thankfully, which is a loud ass garage door. So I bought it, and the dude, it has a 3-inch body lift on it right now, which I plan on removing because I'm not a fan of body lifts, nor do I need it, because I'm not running any big tires. But I bought it with these 16-inch MB Razor wheels with 35s on them, which really is, I'm selling on Facebook because, like I said, I don't plan on using them. Maybe I'll throw winter, if I keep them long enough, and then I'll sell. I'm just gonna throw some winter tires on them and keep them just to run in the winter. But bought my son a little Jeep for his birthday. He just turned 1 not long ago. Absolutely loves it, even though he can't touch the steering wheel or anything yet. I mean, it has a little more control, so he's loving it. I take him around the neighborhood in it. But yeah, just the other day I bought some 20s, just factory 20s for dirt cheap, just to get rid of those 35s, because I was having this issue where I thought my wheel bearing was going bad. But come to find out, I'm pretty sure that it was just the wheel rubbing the inner frame and making all kinds of crazy noise. So yeah, I mean, that's my new daily for now. Instead of running around that $600 a month truck that I basically was pointless in my eyes. So this is what I got to haul my bike now, because I do not have a trailer, which I've been trying to buy a trailer, but seems like everybody's lost their damn mind when COVID hit, and now everybody thinks that they can get, you know, $3,000-$4,000 for an early 2000s 6x12 box trailer with the fucking half the body falling apart and a rusted frame. Which I'll just hold off for now. I mean, I bought this thing for $100 at Harbor Freight to haul my bike, and it does great. And if I didn't buy, I mean, I was gonna make one myself, but I would have had just as much money to that or close to it in material, with the way materials even skyrocketed right now, metal. So I'd have had the same amount of it in material, plus I would have had to waste a bunch of time making it. So for $100, hell, well worth the money. But yeah, until these prices drop a little bit on these damn trailers, I'm not even gonna attempt to buy one, because as soon as one comes up for a normal price, it seems like all the sellers want to ignore me, and 3 hours later they're posted sold, even though, you know, I tell them, hey, I got cash in hand, send me your address, I'll come right now and pick it up. Then 3 hours later they're sold. I mean, there ain't really much I can do about that, so I guess everyone just beats me to them. But yeah, just a quick little update for now, and hopefully it's going to be a lot easier making videos on this iPhone for now compared to trying to deal with that GoPro crap, because I don't even know if I can edit on an iPhone really. But that GoPro, without having, you know, a good computer to edit, it's just a headache, and I got tired of messing with it. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. So stay tuned, guys.